take it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Trucks over him. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Check mash.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
Down the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And incomplete on the deep ball.
These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He completes it to Julio Jones.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Titans' 48-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And this will be caught by Brown.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Here's Newton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jeff Wilson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, Willis looks to throw here. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, Willis. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Titans at 1-13 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
Willis is going to throw once more. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Willis. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Henry up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run wide side with Henry. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Bullock's kick is good. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
20.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Newton. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They begin with Henry running right through him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Hey, check that street.
They'll run it again with Henry.
And he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
3rd and long. It's Newton. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Second down throw coming by Willis. Finds his man. It's John Mechie.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan. 1st and 10.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming. The first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The Titans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tip carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Texans 28-yard line.
2nd down. Here's Willis.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws you.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton.
And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On third down, it's Willis. This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Downfield throw tip, but he still got it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On first down, Willis. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. They go play action with Willis.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Warriors, 70. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Third down, it's Willis. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Newton. He's going deep for Brown. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Back in 60. 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
18.
Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10.
Then caught by Henry. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
That one good for 37 yards.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction. The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Newton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again is Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try.
Touchdown! Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game.
And the Texans take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
18,
Willis with it on 3rd and 1. He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Looking deep for Julio. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Newton now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
20.
Back to throw, Newton. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. On 2nd and goal, Newton going right back to Wilson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. Newton to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Marquise Brown with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Texans get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
79 Broncos. Ready.
From the gun, here's Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Comeback team. Comeback team. Warriors 17. On the ball.
On 1st down, Willis. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but In all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards that time.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Now Newton on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
11 yards for number 11.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues. Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. The key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Jeff Wilson with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
To throw, here's Willis.
And my goodness, another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And touchdown, Texans. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Texans add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.